Today, we're going to go way beyond the yoga mat to deconstruct mantra yoga and really get into the incredible power that's hidden in sound itself. You know, when you think of yoga, you probably picture the poses, right? The stretching, the breathing. We all know it's good for the body. But what if the deepest, most powerful secret of this ancient practice has nothing to do with movement at all? What if it's all about sound? A vibration that could tap into the very fabric of reality. So, here's the core idea we're diving into. It's the claim that before anything, before stars, before planets, before you and me, there was a sound, a single vibration, a word that literally sparked the entire universe into existence. That's a pretty huge claim, right? So let's dig in and see where this idea actually comes from. Okay, but before we can really wrap our heads around this idea of a creative word, we kind of have to reset what we think yoga is. Because believe me, it is so much more than just the poses you see in a studio. See, the word yoga literally means union. And the practice isn't just about bending your body into a pretzel, it's about creating a direct, active link. It's about plugging your inner self into a higher consciousness, uniting your individual soul with the universal source of everything. And that's the key takeaway here. Yoga isn't just exercise, it's a complete, holistic science. It's designed to bring wellness and balance to every single layer of who you are, from your physical body to your thoughts, your emotions, and right down to your spiritual core. All right, so if yoga is all about union with some kind of universal source, then what is that source? Well, this leads us to this really fascinating idea that you can find in cultures all over the world, the universe's first word. And here's what's so cool about this. It's not just a yoga thing. Not at all. Take a look at this quote from the Holy Quran. Creation isn't an act of building something. It's a spoken command, a sound, an utterance that brings reality into being. And we see the exact same idea pop up here. In this quote from the Angelus, the concept is truly universal, a primordial creative sound that existed before anything else. It's this amazing common thread woven through humanity's greatest stories about where we came from. So, in the tradition that gave us yoga, this incredible, primordial sound, it has a name. It's called Śabda, and it's not just a sound, it's the sound, the fundamental, transcendent vibration from which everything, all of nature, all the elements, all of existence, just unfolded. Okay, so we've got this huge, cosmic idea of a first sound. But let's bring it down to earth. What does this have to do with you and me right here, right now? Well, this next part connects that cosmic scale right down to our own inner world. This right here is the game changer. That same creative power that sparked the universe, it isn't just out there somewhere. It's in here. The words you speak, the thoughts you think, even the quietest desires of your heart, they're all vibrations. They are all little echoes, little manifestations of that original cosmic sound. So think of it like this. There's this constant tug of war happening inside your head. On one side, you've got that clear signal, your inner voice, your conscience, your gut feeling, that link to truth and confidence. But on the other side, man, you've got all this static, this outer noise, the ego, the greed, the negative self-talk, and it's all just jamming the frequency, making it hard to hear what's real. And listen, this inner static, it's not just some philosophical concept. It has real physical consequences. Think about it. The vibe you're putting out on the inside, it literally shows up on the outside. Constant tension and stress can carve wrinkles into your face. Deep fear can actually change its color. Our inner vibration becomes visible to the world. Okay, so if our inner world is full of all this noise, all this static, how in the world do we tune back in to that pure, powerful signal? Well, that's exactly what mantra yoga is designed to do. To get how a mantra works, we first have to understand the instrument it's tuning, which is us. In this science, a person is made up of 3 interconnected bodies. The first one is the one we all know well, the physical body, or sthula sharira. This is your bones, your muscles, your organs, all the tangible stuff. Next up is the second layer, the subtle body, or sukshma sharira. Now you can't see this one, but you feel it every single day. It's your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, your energy. This is where most of that outer noise we were just talking about really lives and creates chaos. And then, deep down, at the very, very core of it all, is the causal body, the karna sharira. This is like the blueprint of your being. It's the home of your soul. It's the source of that pure inner voice we're trying to get back to. The ancient texts have this beautiful way of describing it. They say these three bodies are like the Triveni, a sacred place where three holy rivers all converge. They each have their own distinct flow, their own current, but they all merge together into one single powerful system. What affects one affects them all. So a mantra isn't just a random chant. It's like a sonic key, precision engineered to resonate through all three of those bodies at the same time. Its power comes from three things. First, the actual structure, the specific syllables and vowels. Second, the melody, the sonic pattern you use to chant it. And third, and this is so important, it's the inner state, the character and the faith of the person doing the chanting. Okay, I know this might be sounding a little out there, a little complex, but the path to actually using this power, it doesn't start with some secret mystical chant. It starts with a simple, practical first step you can take literally today. So here it is. This is the foundation. It all kicks off by just paying attention, becoming really aware of the words you use and the thoughts you think. Once you start doing that, you'll naturally begin to hear and trust your own inner voice more. That empowers you to consciously choose more pure, sacred thoughts and emotions. And eventually, you're living in a state of truth, where your feelings, thoughts, and words are all in alignment. This right here, this is the real first step. So, here's the bottom line. The sounds you make, the words you say out loud, the thoughts you whisper to yourself, they're not just noise. They're not just empty air. They are the actual tools you are using every single moment to build and groom your own destiny. And that leaves us with one last really powerful question to think about. If you accept this, if every single word you speak is literally creating a reality, then what are you going to say next?